Well, folks, we've got quite a dictator on our hand as we deal with this Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. Ronald Reagan once dubbed him the mad dog of the Middle East. Here's what President Reagan said at a White House press briefing 25 years ago.
This mad dog of the Middle East has a goal of a world revolution, Muslim fundamentalist revolution, which is targeted on many of his own Arab compatriots. And where we figure in that, I don't know, maybe we're just the enemy because it's a little like climbing Mount Everest, because we're here.
Gaddafi once put out a hit on President Reagan's son, Michael. So no surprise, he has a very unique perspective on what should happen next in this North African nation. Michael Regan is author of The New Reagan Revolution. He's also chairman of the Reagan Group. Michael, thanks for being back on.
Good to be with you.
You know, we have been making clear at the top levels in the United States that our goal is not regime change. We are not aiming to take out Gaddafi. We are aiming to protect innocent civilians from Gaddafi's violence. Do we have it wrong? Should our goal be regime change to get rid of the mad dog?
Well, the reality of it isn't that exactly what we're doing? By protecting the citizens, isn't the President of the United States therefore taking sides in this civil war that's going on right now in Libya? If indeed we allow Muammar Gaddafi to stay in power and say, I'll protect my citizens, I'll no longer fire on them, are we now creating that mad dog again, who again will be terrorizing the rest of the world, of course, non-trustworthy at all? So what is the end game? What is the goal? Is the goal to keep him in power? Is the goal to take him out of power? And if that's the goal, then who is in power once we, I guess, leave Libya? I think the President of the United States is all over the map here. He doesn't know what he needs to be doing, and he's looking for answers, and maybe unfortunately, Hillary Clinton's the one with the answers.
Well, what we've said publicly, no matter what our goal may be behind the scenes, it could be regime change. Publicly, we have said, all right, look, we took the lead militarily, but our role will soon fade to logistics and support once this mission no longer requires our special military capabilities. And there's a question about whether the Arab world is going to buy that, Michael. Whether, we're trying to sort of take the American face off of this. Is that going to succeed?
Yeah, the Arab League was for the war before they were against the war, a lot like Barack Obama with what happened in the Middle East with Afghanistan and Iraq. Yeah, they're ultimately going to fold their tent on this, if you will. And then what is Barack Obama, in fact, going to do? Listen, the rest of the world's looking at the United States for leadership. Barack Obama can say all he wants, we're going to pull back, let other people run this. There is nobody else to run a no-fly zone or a war in the Middle East other than the United States of America. So there needs to be a clear plan of what he should do. Interesting enough, Ronald Reagan got 20 years of silence out of Muammar Gaddafi for one flyby in the middle of the night. That was a flyby to cause Muammar Gaddafi to go on record and put a hit out on me. But he made one flyby in the middle of the night and shut Muammar Gaddafi down for 20 years. Maybe Obama should have looked over his shoulder and thought to himself, what would Reagan do?
Well, let me ask you that, because, Muammar Gaddafi got in big trouble with Ronald Reagan.